Okay, I'm David Eaton. I grew up in foster care, and I currently live alone in my own apartment, and I work at the Arc thrift store, and I really like helping people out. I really believe that everybody has a chance to have a fair life and have to be able to be listened to. My very first one was kind of neat and weird at the same time because I didn't right away believe what everybody else was saying about me. They're saying, I'm a good listener. Like, I'm a listener? Wow. And what really got me is they said, that they see leadership qualities. Like, leadership? This is all me? This can't be me. So my very first one was this overall because I was hearing all these great things. And how we got started, how I brought everybody to Jolene's houses. They mean like invite cards where you invite people over. Mm-hmm. Invitation cards, that's what I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. And then I said that we're going to have beer. And it was beer, all right, but it was root beer. And everybody came over and said all these great things about me. And then I adopted that and turned it into my own.
So what was most memorable about that for you?
That I had all these people that cared about me. That was what I remember the most. And it's being an awe seeing everybody talking about me.
Yeah, right.
I've had lots. When I needed my apartment, when my other apartment was going to be sold because it was a condo, I had a path plan then because I needed to move right away, and the system that I am involved with was too slow. So my friends had to help me move. And then for jobs, I had to have a circle to find the right kind of job because the system was too slow for that. And my very, very first job, the job that I liked, I had to have a circle to find out how I was going to get paid and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I've had circles since then. Okay. The biggest difference is it helped me, after it made a difference in my life, encouraged me to make a difference in other people's lives. Because I see how, looking back at my old path, of how I got a chance to be able to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to be involved with the Key Club, so I got a chance to be involved with the Key Club. After high school, I did not want to continue with foster care, you know. So they helped me to be able to get my own apartment. And they helped me to have friends just to hang out with. And it's also encouraged me to encourage other people to have them. It brings people together in a positive way. Because the IEP has kind of a negative tone to it because of how it's been used to in the past. Well, PATH hasn't been used in a negative way, so when people hear that, they're like, great, it's an opportunity to have my son or daughter to be heard. It's not like the IEP where they're like, great, oh my gosh, I have to get there? Alright, let's all talk about, and I hear the negative stuff. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm glad that's over with. What I try to say to people is sometimes your message doesn't get heard the first time around, but don't give up. Keep on trying to tell your message, because if you give up the first time, then your message will never be heard. Sometimes, if you keep on saying your message over and over in a nice way, they will be more open to hear it because you're really assistant. It's really important to you. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's if you keep it in your heart. They go, oh, that must be really important to you because you thought that You talk about it last week, you can talk about it this week. It's like with a kid with the movie, when you take them to a movie, they will tell you until that day comes that they're going to the movies. Because it's really important to them. It must be that way with your message. You can't just tell a person once and then forget about it and say, okay, now it's going to be taken care of. It has to stay in your heart to really get solved. Everybody in their life, and some parts of their life, don't get hurt and they don't quite know how to say that. Or they're afraid to tell whoever they're angry at that they're angry. It's all about communication. But we don't mean to, but we've become so busy that we forget that communication is what keeps everybody together.
So you think person-centered planning can really help with that?
Yeah, it builds communication. Without communication, there's no centered planning. It's all negative. Communication is not negative. What centered planning really does teach the most, it doesn't really get pointed on enough, is that it's okay to be disabled. Sure, you may not be able to know how to read, you may not be able to see or talk, but that's okay because you're still able to talk.
You're still important.
Yes. Systems are designed to follow by the book. So they don't really mean to keep you in control, but decisions are not really part of the book because it changes. You open the book and the rule's right there, but when you want to make your own decision, you open up the book and the page is empty because the decisions haven't been made. The systems don't like that because they don't know what the next outcome is. They always want to be in control. And when you have people that are part of the system and that's what they know, it's harder for them to listen because they get trained to always know what's on the next page before they look at it. But when you bring in the future something, it teaches you may not know what's on the next page is because it's a choice. It hasn't been made yet. So I encourage them to work with the system and the future plan, because if you don't work with the system at all, they will not let the future plan in. But if you work with them a little bit, they will be willing to look at it semi-open eyes. Maybe they're kind of squinted, they're looking at it, but they're not really looking at it.
Yeah.
And then the more you let them in, okay, their eyes open up a little wider, and then pretty soon it's their ears. And then like, okay, I will talk to the education and see how we can get this into the system. But if you say, no, the system is wrong and this is right, the system will say, no, you're wrong, and then you're back down to zero, not even at one.
Right.